हम प्रपद्ये। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततम् पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। सर्वतन्त्रस्वतन्त्राय सदात्माद्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शङ्करार्याय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनां मुने श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिम् मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेवयतीश्वरैः रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते बालानाम् उपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्णसन्निहितो भवेत्। ओम। मूल प्रकृतिर्नाम शुक्ल कृष्ण तंतु समुदाय रूप रज्जुवत् सत्वरजस सत्वरजस्तमो गुण समुदाय रूपा. Now he said, what is the cause of the adhyaropa? Krishna. What is adhyaropa? Adhyaropa means nishprapancha atmavastuni prapancharopa. To experience the duality, to experience the anatma padartha. And by anatma padartha, what do we mean? The entire range of anatma, right from the unmanifest to the manifest, most tangible. Every object, whether it is the time, space, objects, galaxies, lokas, everything. It is all, whether it is the mind, pranas, bodies, everything included. This entire range of anatma varga, class of the non-self, is the prapancha. The word prapancha means prakrishta rupena pancha mahabhutani iti prapancha. So where all the five elements have an explicit expression is the prapancha. So, where are you seeing this entire world of names and forms? Now, don't tell us that you are seeing the names and forms. In that, the Atma is. No, sir. The Upanishads are saying all the names and forms are seen in Atma. To see the snakeness in the snake is knowledge. But to see the snake and the snakeness in the rope is not knowledge. It is, in fact, a misunderstanding. It is an erroneous knowledge. So, exactly like that, to experience anatma, now I'm just putting it in a nutshell, to experience the anatma and to attribute the anatma as being something real itself is adhyaropa. So, where is the anatma seen? In atma only. So, the question is going to be, does the anatma have another place like the snake has another place in the forest? So, your room where you are seeing the snake is not where the snake is. So, where would the snake be? In the forest. Like that, does the anatma padartha have any other place? So, we are going to say there is no other place. And therefore, this, this experiencing anatma itself is adhyaro. Nishprapancha atmavastuni prapancharopaha. How is atma nishprapancha? Is atma the product of panchamahabhutas? No. Is atma manufactured by mixing up the panchamahabhutas? No. And therefore, is the Atma Panchamahabhutas, and therefore this I, this self, is Nishprapanch, is neither the Panchamahabhutas nor is this Atma the product of Panchamahabhutas. Yet these Panchamahabhutas are seen, and Atma is also seen embedded in these Panchamahabhutas. You see, where is the Atma seen? In the Mahabhutas. Whereas the reality is that these Mahabhutas are in the Atma, and them being in the Atma is also only an appearance, and which means they are not really there. And therefore, Atma alone, Sadeva Somya, Idamagrasid, Ekameva Dvitiyam. This is the Shruti, which allows us to understand what is the status of this world of names and forms, manifest and unmanifest. Okay, what is the status? It is only an adhyaropa, a superimposition. From where does the superimposition come? It comes because of ignorance. So, if you look at the examples that are provided, To understand the Adhyaropa, you understand that because you did not know the rope, the snake was seen. The snake is experienced. So, what is the cause of you experiencing the snake? Not knowing. What is not knowing? It is ignorance. Therefore, ignorance is the cause of superimposition. Got it? This ignorance only has got yet few other names, epithets. What are those? Out of which one he says is Moola Prakriti, the primordial cause. Moola Prakriti means the primordial cause. Hmm. So now you see, in case of the snake and the rope, we understand that the cause of the snake is ignorance, as well as the cause of the snake is the rope. Because if the rope wasn't going to be there, you would not even have this error of snake. What is called as the cause? Cause means without which the effect cannot come into existence. That is called as cause. Without the rope, if the rope was not to be lying over there, how would you have the snake? Therefore, rope is also the cause, ignorance is also the cause. Got it? Similarly, Parameshwara is also the cause, and ignorance is also the cause. Parameshwara's nature is pure existence and infinite consciousness. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. How is Parameshwara? Satyam means existence. Then you have Jnanam, which means the consciousness. Okay. Knowledge over here is not what we mean by information. Then information is also treated as knowledge because knowledge means something which illumines, something that illumines. When you say, I know the snake, which means that the snake is illuminated for you. So the Sarpakara Vritti has illumined so the snake for you. Take another example. Let us keep the snake and the rope on one side for a moment. And there is this vritti, a cognition, a thought. What is this thought? This is a pot. I am Ghataha. I am Ghataha is the pot. Is the thought. So, say suppose if this thought, the Ghatakara vritti, the thought in the form of the pot, does not arise, will you be able to experience the pot? No. Therefore, The pot is illumined by that vritti, ghatakara vritti. Correct? And therefore, this vritti, that thought, is also called as knowledge. Why is it called as knowledge? Because that thought illumines the ghata for you. Otherwise, that ghata will remain, that pot will remain under the shroud of ignorance, under the shroud of darkness, and you will not see or experience the ghata. You're seeing this fact, and therefore, even information, which means some thought, some cognition, is also called as knowledge. Why? Simply because it illumines. Therefore, we don't read the word knowledge as information. Why? Because even the thought is also something that is illumined. You are aware of Ghatakara Vritti. So the Ghatakara Vritti is also something that is illumined. And therefore, Ghatakara Vritti by itself is not illumination. So that which is of the nature of illumination, of the nature of knowledge, who Parameshwara, which is existence, knowledge, and consciousness, which is infinite. Anantam. And that Anantam means Anandam. Because anything that is Alpam, Alpam meaning, Aradhana, Alpa ka matlab kya hai?
Laghu, small,
Limited.
limited.
Parichinnam. Okay. That what is Parichinnam. So what does the Upanishad call something that is Alpam? Is Yadvayalpam tad dukkham. Yadvai bhuma tat sukham. What is sukham? That what you and me, we are all searching for is bhuma, which is not limited. So even when we experience small little bouts of joy in our life, you have to pay attention to that experience and you will understand any experience can become an experience of joy only when we, for a moment, forget the sense of limitedness. And when we forget the sense of limitedness, then there is joy. That's why you can enjoy rasgulla, gulab jamuna. You can enjoy that because now the difference which was there, the partition between you and the rasgulla when is gone. Now for that moment, that sense of limitation of being something different, being away, is for a moment forgotten, is lost, and therefore there is experience of sukham. So, what does the Upanishad say? What is sukham? Yadvai bhuma tat sukham. Repeat after me. Switch your mics on. Yadvai bhuma
Yadvai bhuma
tat sukham.
tatsugam.
At Sukham.
Very good. Vai means indeed. Yat means that. That which is. That which is indeed bhuma. Bhuma meaning vyapakam.
Bhuma Vyamaka.
pervasive. यद वै भूमा, जो व्यापक है वही सुख है, और जो अल्प है, दैट व्हाट इज लिमिटेड, परिच्छिन्नम, इज दुखम. Now you please tell, in our life, then what are we looking for? Sukham.
Sukham.
Even an atheist is also searching for Sukham only. The one who does not accept Paramatma is also searching for
Sukham.
Sukham. But this fellow does not know that what I am searching for is Paramatma. So also, as much as an atheist does not know that what I am searching for is Parameshwara, we are also searching for that Sukham, but we do not know that this Sukham is Parameshwara. इसीलिए दर दर ठोकर खाते हैं. We are searching from door to door, from one object to another object, one person to another person, one situation to another situation. And everywhere, what is our final conclusion? Nirasha.
Ultimate Sukham.
What comes to us is Nirasha. Nirasha means disappointment. Are, I came to you for Sukham, but you did not give me Sukham. And that's why we are angry. Why are we angry? Because I came to you for Sukham. You are supposed to give me Sukham, but you did not. But what does Sukham mean? It simply means where there is no duality, that is
Sukham.
Then what is even freedom from insecurity? Because insecurity is also one form of dukkham only, right? Nobody wants insecurity. Swamiji, from tomorrow I want to feel insecurity. Nobody's. That's why all our Bhagavan Ram is also standing Abhayasta. Why Abhayam? Because that is dukkham. Bhayam is
Dukham.
dukkham. So what is this bhayam? So the Upanishad says, Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. And therefore, whatever you're looking for sukham, you're searching for abhayam, these are all the names of Parameshwara alone. But instead of looking at Parameshwara, what do we choose to look at? The Nama Rupatmak Prapancha. Okay, you want gold, but then you are looking at names and forms. And that's why one gets cheated. So you went to the market to buy gold and you brought bangle, then found out there was no gold. Oh, but that bangle is so beautiful. I thought that beautiful bangle is a gold. No, gold is gold, whether it is in form of a bangle or some other thing. Okay. So we are looking for Parameshwara. So what happens because one does not know what is the nature of Parameshwara? That's why the duality is seen. That is why the prapancha is seen. And what is the nature of this prapancha? Adhyaropaha. Adhyaropaha. So now, in our example, we understand that without the rope, the snake cannot be seen. And without the ignorance, Also, the snake cannot be seen. Okay. What happens is it necessary that every time you see a rope, you have to see the snake?
No.
No. Because when the knowledge takes place, you will see the rope, but snake will not be seen. Therefore, who is dependent on whom? The snake is dependent on the
Rope.
rope. Is the rope dependent on the snake? That in order to see the snake rope, you have to see the snake first.
Mm.
So the rope is independent, the snake is dependent. Another thing about this snake is this snake, okay, the Rajju Sarpa. We are not talking about the snake in the forest. We are talking about the snake here in the Rajju Sarpa. That this snake is also dependent on the rope for its existence. But the rope is totally, absolutely independent of the snake. So now we understand that the world is dependent on Parameshwara.
Mm.
Parameshwara is not dependent on
The world.
world. That's why this, when the saints and sages put it in very simple words, and they say that, the whole world is depending on Ram, means what? That Ram is the very substratum on which this world appears and disappears. But the ignorance is something that modifies itself. Remaining ignorance only, it modifies. So the ignorance is something that undergoes the modification, parinam, but rope does not undergo any modification. Because when you see the snake, there is no change, any transformation in the rope. The rope does not become scaly, slithery, or poisonous. But ignorance, which was there, now appears to be as changes its form. Ignorance only changes its form and shows as rope. Oh, sorry, as the snake. As the snake. So here, we are going to say the rope is the cause and ignorance is also the cause. How many causes do you require?
Two.
Causes here. You see there are these two causes. The substratum and the ignorance about the substratum.
Mhm.
Now our question to you is, can the ignorance have an independent existence other than the consciousness? Does the ignorance have any independent existence? Now let us understand this. I have this table in front of me, and we all unanimously will agree that this table is an inert object.
Mm.
insentient object. This table is not a sentient being. It is not a conscious being. Hmm? True? It is an inert object. Now, can I say that this table is ignorant? Can I say that this table is ignorant?
No.
No. Why? And when the table is ignorant means the table has ignorance. Can I say that?
No.
Mm.
I can't say this. Why can't I say this?
Table is not conscious.
Because the table is not a conscious being. And therefore, what is the prerequisite even for ignorance to exist?
Consciousness.
The conscious being, consciousness is the prerequisite. So where will the ignorance be resting?
Where the ignorance
Consciousness, which means in the knowledge itself. So there is this knowledge which even illumines the existence and lends existence to the ignorance. Okay. That which is dependent, that which has got a dependent existence, that which has a dependent existence, can that create duality? I will give you another example. Hope everybody is there with me today. Now, this is a little subtle point. That which has that which does not have an independent existence cannot create duality. This is what we have to understand. Now look at it. Now the language allows me to speak like this. Gold and the ornament.
Mhm.
Gold and the
ornament.
ornament. So when you use a conjugation like and, so table and the book. So you're talking about how many objects?
Two.
Table and the book. Two objects. But when I'm saying gold and the ornament, how many objects are you able to pick up?
One.
Oh, why one, sir? There is and in between. So you can you so when you pick up gold or when you pick up the earring, do you leave the gold on the table?
Mm.
No, it's there inside.
Now I'm asking the Jinal, you tell me, when you pick up a necklace, let us say, you go to the jeweler, I like this necklace. So you take the necklace and leave the gold on the table. What has happened? So do you have duality there?
Mm.
There's duality there. What duality is there? Why
No,
not
there's no.
duality? Because ornament has a dependent existence on the gold. Without the gold, the ornament cannot be there. The ornament is born in the gold. The ornament continues to exist in the gold, and the ornament dissolves in the gold. Okay. Now please tell, by this standard we understand that the ornament does not have any independent existence. That which does not have any independent existence is what? An appearance,
Mm-hmm.
not it.
Correct.
And therefore it cannot create any duality. Language may allow you to say gold and the ornament. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It does not create any duality. Okay, you understand this? Therefore, ignorance, which does not have any independent existence apart from consciousness, does this ignorance create any duality? Therefore, ignorance and consciousness, I said, do nahi. Though now you have these two, the substratum, nishprapancha, and the world, which has ignorance as its cause. But the whole thing is only a farce, only an appearance. Paramatma remains nishprapancha, non-dual, as it is. Tadeva somya idamagra asyed ekameva dvitiyam. All right, this is how it is. But this ignorance that has got Adbhut Shakti, uh, has a very Adbhut Shakti, meaning unimaginable power. What power? Can you just look at that? How does ignorance become a snake? And somebody who is even bitten by that snake can die even of cardiac arrest. That fellow, he thinks that people have died seeing ghosts, huh, in the post. I'm not joking. Real ghatna. Swami Kashikananji Maharaj, you remember I told you this incident once, twice. Maharaj ji was a great scholar, a great Atma of the century, unparalleled scholar. And in his younger days, in those days, Mahatmas, I had this opportunity of, being with Swamiji and learning from him some part, some days. So, Maharaj, in those days, Mahatmas used to, wander on the foot from one place to another place. So also Maharaj was there in some village and he had to go to another village. And there was yet another Mahatma along with him, and both of them had to go. Now the thing was that during the daytime, you know, the sun, what do they call it, is so hot. The day is so hot. So people would generally take early hours to travel, to walk from one village to another village. So also these two Mahatmas decided to walk very early in the before the dawn. And by the time they reached the boundary of the first village, there was some forest that they had to cover and go to the next village. They saw a ghost, and this ghost was standing tall with a big round head, stretching his hands up and standing, suspended over a well. Notice, the rumor was already there that the well outside the village is haunted. And now they were actually seeing this fellow, the ghost there. So the other Mahatma started shivering, and he clenched his mouth. Bobri वाळली म्हणतात मराठीत, that thing. I don't know what is in Hindi. You said it when a person is, totally scared and can't speak and all that. In Hindi, what do you call it?
सांप सूंघ गया.
Something like that. नहीं नहीं वो तो
That is
well,
like a phrase. सांप सूंघ जाता है.
out of fear and all that, the person can't speak.
गूंगा.
Generally, what happens is when somebody has to be sent into that MRI thing. That's a horrible experience. That tunnel of MRI is horrible. And then other day we had one lady, and then at night, that place where that MRI scanning center is also looks haunted. And then she had to go into that MRI, that haunted looking place. Now this technician is asking, Mataji, don't worry, I'm here. She said, you be here or there, what happened? She's not able to speak only. Her teeth clenched. Mira, you have this word in Marathi, na, bobri wali.
डर के मारे
जी हाँ,
बोलती बंद हो गई.
बोलती बंद हो गई. बोलती बंद हो गई.
हाँ, बोलती बंद होना.
डर के मारे. Yeah.
किसी के भी बारे,
This Mahatma,
आश्चर्य के बारे.
so this Mahatma got so scared. And then obviously Kashikananji also, Maharaj is also seeing this bhoot. So both of them came back to the village. So by that time, it was already early morning. People were waking up. The women were, cleaning, sweeping their, what do they call it, the angan and everything. And this Mahatma is shivering and all that. And he had high temperature. Now Maharaji went to that village, told the people in the village that please take care of him. I will be going for some work. They had to get some manuscript from another village. So he said, I'll go over there and I'll come back after 2 days. Till then, you take care of him, give him medicines, give him whatever food, etc. Take care. And he left. When he came to the same haunted well, there he saw that the booth was nothing but the pulley. You have that pulley around which you have the rope, and then a bucket is tied. It goes down into them and pull the water out. So that ghost who is standing suspended over the well is nothing but that pulley, and two bamboos like that, and one pulley, iron pulley is there around it. So where is the ghost? In the post. After 2 days, he comes back to that village. That Mahatma, that fever was still there. 6 months it took for that Mahatma to recover from that sickness. People thought that he was going to die, and that Chudel or whatever, that that Bhutni or Bhoot, whosoever was there, now had decided to suck the life off from him. Which Bhoot? So even that Shakti in the Ajnanam creates the snake, and that snake also can cause people to die. Like that, Sthano Purushavat, it is there. So what happens is you have these two things, the substratum and the ignorance become the cause. But the substratum remains unmodified, but ignorance gets modified. And though there is substratum and the ignorance, yet there is no duality. So everything about duality is nothing but what? Nishprapancha Atma Vastuni Prapancharopaha Adhyaropaha. Okay? And therefore, this ignorance is called as Moola Prakriti, meaning the primordial cause. Okay? Now, what is this primordial cause and all? We already have read those lines, and we will think about it more when we meet for the next session. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya
आदाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
Om
ॐ
Shanti
शान्ति
Shanti
शान्ति शान्तिः
Shanti Shankaram Shankara
शराचार्यं
Keshavam
वेदपादं गायनं
Sutratashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Puनः Ishvaro
सूत्रधरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
Vibhagine
व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
Dక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః ఓం శాంతి శాంతి
शान्तिः
శాంతి
शान्तिः